Today we're going to learn about using InDesign to build a very basic layout like this. This is an 8-inch by 10-inch book layout, and I have text from The Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I have a vector graphic, number one, and I have a vector image, which could also be a raster image, which is the coffee cup. We're going to aim for something that has 10 pages on it. We're going to do a few things. One is learn how to lay out the type and also how to get the type to wrap around the text. So you can see here it wraps around the 2 nicely. In this one here, it looks kind of rough. And if I go through the rest of the document, I haven't finished it yet. 7 is working okay, but it's not complete. But we're going to show the basic principles. The software that we need on a Creative Cloud is we'll need InDesign. Then we'll need Acrobat DC for correctly displaying our final product. We're going to use Illustrator, and we're also going to use Photoshop. So again, let's look at the final output we're going to produce. Now I output this as 2 different PDF files, and this is why using Acrobat to display it comes in really handy. If you're on a Mac, you could use Preview. Preview doesn't have all the same options that Acrobat has. And so this is an interactive version, which means it's fast to load and good for displaying things on the web. Also, if you have hyperlinks in a document, you can include those in your file and you can click on something and it will take you there. This second version of a PDF file is designed for print. And I printed this with the additional printing color markings on the top and the bottom and the side. It has an inner crop mark and it has an outer mark, which is for bleeds, where your text can go to on the edge. And then it has this grayscale up at the top and these color bars at the top, which are a printer's tool for checking that the color is correct. They don't use your image and look at your image to see whether it's correct. They use these colors up here to see if the colors are correct. And they use this grayscale to see if the values are correct when they're printing. This is especially useful for large printing companies doing high volume of printing. And as a graphic designer, if you go into that kind of work, it's something you have to be aware of. But it's also useful if you're printing out something on a local printer, like maybe a high quality printer at your local print shop or your university, and you want to have a full bleed cut out on the edge. So if you print out this version of paper, so this is an 8 by 10 image, meaning these inner crop marks are 8 inches by 10 inches. And if you print out this full thing, even on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, you'll still have these crop marks. And you can use these crop marks to cut the paper out to the correct size for your final portfolio or to turn in for a class project. And that will become more apparent when we have something with a full bleed, which we'll add in as we're going to work on this work. Now here I have a file I already started in InDesign, but in the next video I'm going to begin building this entirely from scratch.